Hey y'all, it's Charly Reynolds and welcome back to the Hey Char podcast. I'm so excited to have Mae Estes in studio today. Hey.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on today. The way I kind of start every podcast is just by having every guest tell us a little bit about your background, when you started singing, when you moved to Nashville, the whole ordeal.
Well, as long as I can remember, I kind of just caught the singing bug pretty young, but publicly performed for the first time when I was 7 at a rodeo I was in.
I love that.
Sang the national anthem before the rodeo started. My mom always ran the books for the rodeo, and she always played a version of LeAnn Rimes singing the anthem, which we all know was legendary.
Amazing.
And I had some audacity as a child to tell her that I could do it better than LeAnn. And
oh my gosh.
so she gave me a microphone, sent me to the middle of a rodeo arena, and that's where I publicly embarrassed myself for the first time.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah,
I highly doubt it.
Now I feel a lot more comfortable with the national anthem because I had the chance to get it wrong for so many years. But yeah, music has been my entire identity for my whole life. It was something that was medicinal for me at first. I started writing in a diary, had a lot of feelings, still have a whole lot of feelings. I'm that kind of person. And the diary eventually turned into poetry, and then the poetry eventually just turned into songs. And I have dreamt about moving to Nashville, Tennessee pretty much since that moment.
That's amazing. When did you officially make the move to Nashville?
This is my 10th year in a 10-year town.
Wow, that's exciting. That's an exciting spot to be in. So do you feel like, it's the 10-year town and you're out here now at Stagecoach and doing all these things? Do you really feel like it is a true 10-year town? Like when you hit that mark, it just really starts taking off even more than it has?
I think it is so hard to see your success when you're in it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it gets harder every year. I definitely don't think year 10's probably been my hardest in town, and I've had some really hard years.
Yeah.
So I think on paper, absolutely, I'm checking off more bucket list goals than I've ever done before, and it's unbelievable how many things are coming back to back. But I definitely don't feel like Cinderella overnight or anything.
No, for sure. It's a long time. It's a climb, like, to get there.
I'm kind of nervous about getting past year 10 because you do look forward to year 10 so long. So you're like, okay, just 10 years and then it's going to just happen. And,
yes.
But no, I feel really proud to have been here for 10 years, and I've built an incredible community of people in this town that I love and respect, and that seem to believe in me. And that's what fills my cup.
That's amazing. I love that so much. You mentioned rodeoing. So you were a part of the rodeos too, right? Were you a barrel racer?
Yeah, I grew up rodeoing from the time I could sit up on a horse. So the anthem just kind of made sense because every rodeo I was in, I would just go sing the anthem, then go get on my horse.
Yeah. Do you still do that? Do you barrel race ever?
Oh, man.
I don't know what time you would have to do that with, but
I've been full-time music pretty much since I graduated high school. When I graduated high school in 2012, I did my last FFA rodeo and entered every event. So rode a bull, did the shoot dogging, like everything I possibly could, and that was kind of my last hurrah.
You rode a bull?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so I was just at PBR this weekend in Texas, and tell me about riding a bull, because I would love to be able to do something like that.
Yes.
But I think I'll stick with the mechanical bulls for me. But what was that like?
Just being a teenager, I've always just been like the adrenaline junkie, daredevil kind of thing. It's just been something I think I just like to put my mama through hell, maybe is the motivation. But growing up so close to bull riding in rodeo, it was just something that I watched. First of all, the boys doing it all the time. That obviously, I want to do anything the guys can do. That's
of course
something I'm sure we relate on.
Yes.
And so I just watched the guys do it forever. And then my senior year, knew I was moving to Nashville as soon as I could. And I was like, I need to try to do everything in this rodeo I can. And, I felt so cool and badass, and like I was hyped up. My name was in the program. I was the only girl. I was like, nobody is cooler than me.
I mean, that's pretty sick.
Then it was time to go get on the bull, and then they get you your helmet and your mouthpiece and a vest. and you got to get in the chute and sit on the bull, and there's people holding you up because if you fall down in the chute with the bull, that's
I can't
the
even
most
imagine.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And it was not as cool at that moment. I was like, I want to quit now.
Yeah, I bet.
But luckily my pride was like, no way in hell would you back out now. So only rode for,
at that point.
Yeah. Rode for like 3 seconds, probably long enough for it to come out of the chute, take a left, and me go to right. But still one of the coolest things. I'm really glad I did it.
I mean, you could, I would be bragging about that for sure. Like, you think I can't do it? Well, I've ridden a bull. So let's see.
The music industry is pretty comparable, if not worse than riding the bull.
Yes, so. That is crazy. Yeah, this weekend there was a bull that's, they opened the gate and he literally just bucked him off over the gate back into where all the people were. And I mean, in like a second. And we were just like, oh my gosh, I never seen it before. But that's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Pretty wild.
If y'all didn't know, Mae Estes, professional bull rider up in here.
That's my backup career.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I also saw you recently played the Bluebird with Vince Gill.
Girl.
Wow. So just tell me about that. I don't even know what to say. That is such a bucket list moment, I'm sure. That's amazing. How was that? How'd that come about?
I also don't know what to say about it. It still does not feel real. I was lucky to get introduced to Vince through the Grand Ole Opry. Okay. So my favorite place on earth. I hang out there even when I'm not playing. They're probably tired of me at this point. But Vince has played a few nights when I've played. And so we just got a little friendly that way. He's so open and generous and just doesn't know he's Vince Gill. Nobody's told him. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And so I was lucky enough to end up getting to write a song with him, and we got to hang out for a while, and so built a little relationship. And then my buddy Aaron Ratier called me one day and said, hey, we're going to play the Bluebird. Like, I want you on it. And I love Aaron, and he's having a killer year this year, so I'm stoked for him. But he was like, who can we ask on this round that's going to embarrass us? Like, plumb wipe the floor with us in this round. And so I was like, let's brainstorm here. Who's the biggest riders we know and, like, just going to put us to shame? And I was like, Aaron, honestly, Vince Gill answers my calls these days. Like, so should I ask Vince? Like, is that crazy?
Yeah.
And Aaron's the best. Aaron, no dream is too big for Aaron. And
I love that.
He really encouraged me, and I had to hype myself up for, like, weeks
I bet.
to give him a call. And Vince is like, man, I think I fly out with the Eagles, like, the next day. Like, we're flying out day of.
Casual.
So, like, I'd love to. Let's do it. And I was like, no way in hell is this actually gonna.
Yeah.
I can't even celebrate that. Yeah. I was like, it's not happening. No way in hell. And then, I called him a couple weeks before, like, just seeing. I know you can't do it anymore. Like, whatever. And he's like, no, I'll see you there. And then, time of my life. There's, like, getting to meet your heroes. And then there's having that kind of 2-hour intimate experience, such a historic venue, in the round where you're facing each other.
Yeah.
He's playing guitar on my songs. I'm singing harmony on his songs, whether he wants me to or not.
That's so cool.
And then he pulled out the song that we wrote in the round and was like, well, me and Mae wrote this one, and, like, pulls his phone out for the lyrics. So I peed my pants a little, cried a little, like,
I bet.
Laughed my butt off. It was just one of the best nights of my life, and I wish I could relive it over and over.
What a night to remember forever, too. That is just amazing. And the fact that he played the song y'all wrote.
Right?
That is even cooler. I mean, that just makes the whole thing even more surreal. Dang.
He is
congrats.
Yeah, he's everything I want country music to be. And all my heroes, like, he lives up to that and more, and just no ego, and really feels like he respects some new artists in country. And, like, I have a really hard time being kind to myself and accepting compliments and things like that, but I really, really try to internalize the compliments from Vince, because I respect him so much.
Oh, for sure. That is so cool. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thanks for letting me tell that story again. I'm like,
of course.
I haven't thought about it in a second. Time just keeps going on, but
yes.
Oh, best day ever.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so you've gotten to play a lot of festivals recently, Stagecoach, Tortuga, all the big things. How was that for you?
It is intimidating.
Yeah.
It's such a big footprint. Like, especially Stagecoach was just, I'm not going to lie to you, this is kind of embarrassing, and I probably shouldn't say it. Took us like an hour to figure out where to park.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And they give you, like, every kind of map and info you could ever need, but it's still, like, I mean, it was literally 35 to 40 minutes from where you pick up your credentials to where you park. That's how big
crazy.
This whole operation
is. You're like in the middle of the desert. So I can imagine it'd be really confusing to find your way around.
Yeah. So it was so cool to be a part of, like sharing the bill with so many artists I respect, and just all the cool little pop-up events, seeing everybody dressed up for it. Yeah. Like it was just... felt like I got invited to a party that I've been wanting to go to, and so I tried to just soak it up.
How fun. And I heard the weather, was it cold there this year or like windy? I saw all these videos. I'm like, I thought this was the desert and it's supposed to be hot. That's
what I heard, was that this year was the first year it wasn't absolutely miserable, because it definitely did get cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'll take it.
I mean, it's better over like sweating and stuff.
Yeah, because I was like prepared. They were like, bring your bandanas, and all my singing friends were like, bring your steamer, your humidifier, like everything you can to prep, because your voice is going to be dry.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily we survived. We played early in the day.
I mean, that sounds great.
The lucky part of an early slot is kind of, I got to just hang after that.
Yeah, that's nice. You kind of do your part and then have fun for the rest of the night. That's so fun. I also wanted to bring up, you teased a song recently on your socials called Leave.
Yeah.
And I am obsessed with it. I am the child of divorced parents, so I was like, oh, this is so good. And it's really hard to write a song about that, like about divorce or the child of divorce and kind of stuff like that. So tell me about the inspiration behind that song.
Yeah, man. I actually find it super easy to write those kind of songs. It's like, I like to call my music ugly country, which I think is like a compliment in my mind, probably not in anybody else's, but that's what comes naturally to me, especially in my songwriting, is covering the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And that's actually where a lot of that diary and poetry and stuff I was talking about when I was a kid, where that came from, was having those feelings and being in a broken home situation, and not really feeling like I had a safe place to put my own feelings. And so that's where music came into play. And I'm from a Jerry Springer kind of story family. So my family has given me lots and lots of motivation to write those kind of country songs. But I will say, I was shocked to see how many people related to that.
Yeah.
The comment section on TikTok was like super emotional to go through, because I think we all get lost. Like, you'll have a viral video and there's thousands and thousands of comments, and those are human beings, but it's very easy to forget. And it's like nice words and likes and numbers. And so I get really detached and forget that these are actual humans involved.
Yeah.
When songs like that happen, people are sharing stuff they've never even told their friends or family in the comment section. And so that really restored my faith that there is an audience who wants the real, honest country music, because that's my bread and butter.
Yeah, no, definitely. I actually can relate to that. When I released a song, I have a song called Visiting Hours, and people were using it like on their videos, and I went and watched. I tried to comment on all the ones that I could, and it was emotional, like you said, because it is easy to just forget that they are real people. And it was the same thing. I was like, wow. It also makes you feel so good that like you wrote this song that people are able to relate to and really feel comfortable with you in a way and relate to you. It's a special feeling. But yeah, you definitely did that with that song. I love it. It's beautiful.
That's amazing. And that actually was a kind of like diary entry song for me. Like, I didn't ever expect to record it, and we haven't recorded it. Honestly, it's just the demo that I shared.
You definitely should. It's so good.
That's a Paul Sykes demo, which is release ready. I wrote that with Paul and Tranny Anderson.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of just was having a really hard day and came in and was just, can I vent to y'all about what I'm dealing with, with my family? And so it's crazy how songs find their way. Truly, I wish we could control it more. I'm such a control freak.
I know, me too, girl. Me too.
But it's funny that the right ones connect with people when they're supposed to.
Yes, for sure. I know the ones that I always think are gonna be like the song, like that everyone relates to, is never the one.
I know.
It's always the one that I always underestimate. Honestly, it just seems to happen that way. So you also had a viral song, Thinking About Cheating.
Yeah.
Love that song also. And I love your sound. It is so like traditional country, and which I love. And so this is one of those songs that another storytelling song that is so honest and real. So what was that experience? That was your first viral song, right?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what viral means anymore, so I'm not sure, and you're a pro in that world.
Oh, I'm definitely not,
I need
girl.
to take notes from you.
No.
But so I had my first kind of song to pop off was called Roses.
Okay.
And so that was like my first million view maybe. And then Cheatin' definitely got like a few million because I made a video with my husband in the background and was like,
oh my gosh,
singing my cheating song for my husband. And he wouldn't even participate. My husband's like the best ever, but he is not about that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just like set the camera up where he was just doing on his phone whatever behind me, and it just worked.
That's awesome.
And now the funny thing is, that song was a couple years ago, and now we have a love song coming out May 23rd.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a true to a T love song about my husband, who's a mobile mechanic in town. But also just had to take that kid from a broken home who obviously I did not have a very good example of love in my life. And so I have trust issues like crazy, and very driven, which doesn't leave you a lot of time for relationships. And he's been very patient and amazing with me. So he's handy in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And so that's what this song is about. And it's been doing really great on socials as far as people making their own videos. And apparently there's a lot of really good men in the world still, which restores my faith.
Yes.
I prefer to cheat on them or murder them or those kind of things in my songs. But I'm excited to have a little love song coming out for the summer.
That's so exciting. And what's it called again?
Mr. Fix It.
Mr. Fix It. Oh my gosh, I love that. I cannot wait to hear it. It's so funny. You sound so much like me. Very much trust issues. Same thing. I just don't prioritize time for relationships either.
Yeah.
'Cause my career's like it,
well,
and
I should warn you because I also didn't, and found me a guy that would not go away. I mean, I've been trying to scare him off, like, you're gonna get tired of this, you're gonna give up. But
oh my gosh.
We're both from Arkansas. He moved to Nashville, like found a roommate on Craigslist just to be in town so we could date. Like,
oh my gosh.
So I also was like, you don't get to have this career and have a spouse and a relationship, and I knew I didn't have the bandwidth, but turns out God had a different plan, and
that's amazing.
Now I don't know how I would do it without him. So
I love that.
It's gross.
Man, there's some hope. So gross. There's some hope in the world, man. That makes me feel good. So is there, and we kind of already talked about this, but has there been a point in your career where you felt like, okay, I think I'm really on the right track now. Like, I think I've been working hard and I've done this right. Like, and you just feel like you're going in the right direction?
I'm sure there are a lot of little moments. I think I raise my bar every time I reach it.
Yeah.
And that is a pretty tough mental health struggle. Then I'm never able to celebrate anything ever. So I'm trying to be better about setting those mini goals and celebrating them. I will say 2 things stick out in my journey that I'm like crazy proud of. One was moving to Nashville, which was 10 years ago, which is a long time. I was a very different person when I moved here, but I come from a small town that nobody ever leaves.
Yeah.
I come from a hardworking family, but they have been paycheck to paycheck my entire life, and there was no way they were going to be able to help me.
Yeah.
And it just seemed impossible that I would ever be able to move to this town and chase this dream. So just getting here is a big accomplishment of mine.
Oh, for sure.
And when I'm bitter and cursing this town, I really try to remember how lucky I am to be surrounded by people who have the same curse that I do. Curse and blessing.
Sure. Well, I feel like that's one that a lot of people underestimate. It's like that move in the beginning is huge. Like, that's really taking a leap of faith, being like, all right, God, I'm going. Like, help me figure it out. Because that's the whole reason you're here. That's such a huge part of it. So I love that you say that, because that's something that shouldn't be underestimated.
Yeah,
for sure. So I'm going to do a Q&A section, and these are questions that I'm asking every guest on this season. So what is your sound DNA? So if you had 2 artists, let's say that they mixed together and had you, who would they be?
Oh, that's hard. I love so many, but I am a Keith Whitley nut. I think he's one of the best singers of all time as far as technicality, emotion, song choice. He's up there for me, and was gone before I was born, which is crazy. But I'm going with Keith Whitley, and then I got to go Leanne Womack.
Oh, I love her.
If you've ever heard me sing, you know I have studied the mess out of her. Yep. And she taught me to sing whether she knows it or not.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, Keith Whitley and Leanne Womack are two really massive, especially vocalist influences of mine.
Great answers. Can't go wrong with your music if that's what made you, you know?
I hope to end up just like them, but yeah, that's bold choices.
No, those are great. I love that. What are some set list staples for you? So either originals or cover songs that you always play.
I love to play my cheating song, Thinking About Cheating.
Yeah.
And it's always just a fun get attention grabber because I'm usually in an opening slot. Nobody's heard of me. No one's paying attention. Yeah. And I tell the story how I royally pissed off a lady named Judy on TikTok.
Okay.
Because Judy left me a mean comment when I first started sharing that song. And so it kind of gets the crowd riled up and they're all like screaming F Judy by the end of it.
Oh
and
my God.
So we pick a team and we all have decided to hate this metaphorical Judy. It was a real lady.
That is so funny.
It spiraled. And so I definitely always play my cheating song. And then for covers, we've been doing Do Ya by Katie Oslin, which is kind of a underground 80s song. If you're not like crazy classic country, then most of my audience doesn't know it. But man, I'm really like chomping at the bit to record my own modern version of it. Yeah. So we cover it in the set. It's really swaggy and that's a favorite.
Oh, I can't wait to hear your version of that. That's exciting. Covers are fun to like explore and reimagine in your own way. So I can't wait to hear that. So do you have any tour essentials to take with you on the road?
So I'm still learning so much about touring and I would love any tips anybody's got about what to bring. But the biggest thing is you're around people constantly, like you're never by yourself. Yeah. So I try to bring things that can help me kind of like quiet my mind, create my own little space. So that's like headphones, obviously. Yes. An eye mask. I'll sometimes bring some like essential oils or something, like anything that just makes me feel like it's a routine to like calm me down. Yes. I definitely have some other like gummies and situations like that.
There you
I
go.
Definitely got to bring with me. Yeah, it's just so much travel. So anything you can bring to make you comfortable and rest anytime you can. Yeah. Because just plane, train, automobile. So always looking for something to make me comfortable in a vehicle.
For sure. Oh, I can imagine. I know. Whenever people ask me, I'm like electrolytes and that's all the things, always in the bag vitamins. Too. Yeah, I gotta have all of it. Okay, do you remember your first gig ever? I guess it was the national anthem.
Yeah, someone asked me the other day, like, what was my first paying gig? And I don't remember. Yeah. Probably something in my hometown that was like I used to do a ton of like veterans events and like little just community banquet kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm sure it was something like that. But my first like gig of any kind was definitely singing the anthem. And
7 years old. I love it. That's awesome.
And just kind of became the national anthem girl for football games, basketball games, like veterans events, anything that was going on. So I was just the Arklatex is what we call Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, that little corner I'm from. Yeah. And so I was the Arklatex anthem girl. So
I love that. Yeah. There's a town in Arkansas I drove through called
Arkadelphia.
That's
where my husband's from and where I went to college.
That is the craziest name I've ever heard in my life.
See, we're like used to it.
Yes.
But when I moved to Nashville and started saying Arkadelphia, people were like, excuse me?
Yeah, I was like, I saw it on a water tower when I was driving to Texas and I was like, what is Arkadelphia? It's awesome. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's where my husband's from. I graduated from Henderson State University that's there. And there's nothing else there but another university and nothing else. And then you drove through my hometown too, which is Hope, Arkansas.
Okay, yeah.
Which is right before you get to Texarkana.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, then I've driven through there multiple times.
Ain't much going on, sis. You can stop and say hey to my family.
Well, now I gotta go to Arkadelphia so I can just see it for myself.
Get a t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. I need a t-shirt. Okay, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, I'm standing pretty firm with this one for a long time. It's Miss Independent by Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, can't go wrong with the Kelly.
I want to be Kelly Clarkson so bad.
She is amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah, she is. I love to do Since You've Been Gone. We just did it in the Keys, the Key West Festival or Songwriters Festival, and can't go wrong. It's so iconic. Okay, what is your favorite animal? Random question.
I am a crazy cat lady.
Okay.
I have a 19-year-old cat that I've had for 19 years.
Oh my gosh.
And she's trying to ruin my life and my marriage pretty much every day.
What's her name?
Gracie.
Gracie. Cute.
She is
Classic.
completely deaf now for like probably 3 years, and so she just howls.
Yeah.
Like
that's
incessantly. Like just, but I love her and would die for her, and I don't know what I will do without her ever.
Yeah.
But we're definitely in the old lady phase where I'm just trying to keep her happy.
Yes.
But
keep her from meowing all day long.
Oh my gosh.
Or howling all day long.
But yeah, she's been more than half my life. It's pretty crazy.
Isn't that wild? Animals are the best. Just love them. Our dogs are locked up upstairs, so they're not going insane on you in here. Okay, so we have one more section left, and this is called This or That. So super simple this or that questions for you. Pretty random questions. Okay, early mornings or late nights?
Late nights.
Yeah. Rodeo or county fair?
We got to go rodeo.
I knew you'd have to say rodeo there.
I mean, I like a good county fair.
Yes. Whiskey neat or on the rocks?
I'll go rocks.
Yeah. Horror movie or rom-com?
I like horror movies, but I can't watch them if I'm going to be sleeping by myself at any point. So yeah. I better go rom-com.
I'm with you on that. Fishing trip or hunting trip? Or neither.
I really enjoy when I get to fly fish. We've gotten to go to Wyoming and Colorado and do that a little bit on tour, and I'm really into that.
That's fun. I've never done that before, but I've seen people doing it like in Montana and stuff like that. But yeah, I've only like bass fished or like in the ocean, whatever.
This is different because I get bored bass fishing and stuff. Like I can't just sit there, but fly fishing, and we haven't gotten to wade yet. We've been on a boat both times, but it's like constantly moving and working and looking, so it keeps my attention. But you just need to get you a guided tour, and they make it super easy. You don't have to know anything. So
that's good.
That was me going in. I didn't know anything, but it's so fun.
Oh, fun. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that. That sounds fun. Bonfire or barn party?
Ooh, I love a fire.
Yeah.
My husband and I light a fire out back as much as we can.
Oh, so fun. Steel guitar or banjo?
That's hard because I come from bluegrass.
Oh, that's really hard.
But I gotta go steel.
I was hoping you'd say that. Steel is just, you add that in a song and it just changes the whole song. I love banjo too, but
yeah, that's a hard one.
I know. When I wrote it, I was like, but steel guitar, it's just something about it. It just really changes the whole song. And I just love it so much too. Okay, so we are so lucky enough to have Mae play her new single, Mr. Fix It, with us. But before you do that, will you go ahead and tell the fans where they can find you and see you on tour?
Yeah, so you can find everything all together at maeestes.com, MAEESTES. I'm pretty active on socials, so if you want to come hang for the shit show, I share as much as I can, and I'm trying to figure it out like everybody else.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm literally everywhere, so give it a Google or hit up my website and it'll get you there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. This was so fun, and here she is with Mr. Fix It.
He's the first call when the engine's smoking, TV's broken, grass needs mowing. You can count on him when the ground starts shaking, world needs saving, all hell's breaking loose. He's the one I'm running to. Oh, Mr. Fix It, he went and did it. Pick these pieces up like glass, made it look easy. He thinks he needs me, he's got no idea that his tough as leather holds me together. My heart's good as new. Oh, Mr. Fix It, ain't nothing he can't do. Last time love really did a number, left a fixer-upper, pulled the rug from under me. He sees more than the hurtin', rolls up his sleeves and he gets to working. Oh, Mr. Fix-It, he went and did it, picked these pieces up like glass, made it look easy. He thinks he needs me, he's got no idea that his tough as leather holds me together. My heart's good as new. Oh, Mr. Fix-It, ain't nothing he can't do. Jack of all trades, master of one, loving me like only he does. Oh, Mr. Fix-It, don't know how he did it, picked these pieces up like glass, made it look easy. He thinks he needs me, he's got no idea that his tough as leather holds me together. My heart's good as new. Oh, Mr. Fix-It, you're looking at the proof. There ain't nothing he can't do. Ain't nothing he can't do.